Man, I sure do love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, what fully grown man between the 20s and 40s doesn't? The Turtles are both iconic and timeless, and there always seems to be a new series coming out for every waking generation ever since the 80s. The same goes for other long-running franchises such as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and of course, most iconically notably, besides the Ninja Turtles, the Transformers. Yes siree, the Turtles sure are great. As I briefly mentioned before, they seem to keep coming back with the test of time. In each waking generation that they do, they never seem to fail to leave a strong, lasting impression on all kids around the world. Some folks forget about them and move on, while others never truly do. Like yours truly. And why is that? Why do I still love these 4 pizza-consuming mutant teenage machines to this day? It's been a long time since I visited their world, and I, really felt nostalgic for them as of recently. And I'll be happy to tell you all about it. This is my story, how I got into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and why they're so special to me to this day. So, where does my journey with the Turtles begin exactly? Did I stumble across an issue of the darker, edgier comic book at a young age? Did I see an episode of the 1987 show one day while flipping through channels? Did I have the Hyperstone heist for the Sega Genesis at the time? God, I wish, but sadly, no. My journey actually started with the toys. Yes, that's right, the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. The ones from the 80s series, obviously, and I also had one from the live-action movie. Back when I was 4 years old, my much older neighbor gave my older brother and I his Batman the Animated Series action figures and his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys. The Batman toys were definitely in somewhat better shape, and some of them even came with their actual accessories. I still have those toys to this day. Sadly though, I can't say the same about the old Turtle toys we used to have. I sold everything away a couple of years back to try to save some extra money to buy groceries at the time. I used to own the old Turtle Air playset, the Technodrome, a Michelangelo that had a speaker for a shell, the movie stars Raphael, a samurai armored Leonardo, and a turtle mutating Donatello. We had a lot more toys from the 80s TMNT series than just those oddball ones. But what I'm trying to say here is that at the time, my older brother and I didn't own any of the Turtles from the same toy line. Nothing was really consistent. Hell, we didn't even know their names yet. Back then to me, I just called them Ninja Turtles. I didn't know anything about them except that they were turtles and they were ninjas. That's it. My imagination had to fill in the blanks at the time. Yes siree, my older brother and I sure did love playing with those old turtle figures back in the days of the late 90s and early 2000s. At one point, for whatever reason, my parents decided to keep them up north at our family cottage permanently, so we could only see/play with them during the summertime every year. Pretty much. I'm not sure how old I was at the time. I think I was around maybe 12 or 13. I decided to bring them back home with us one summer. I remember thinking at the time, that's awfully silly and kind of ridiculous, and thankfully, my parents agreed. We brought them home that year. I also caught glimpses of the next mutation at a young age on TV every now and then, but not enough to form any kind of solid connection with the characters. Plus, I always seemed to see it during events in the show where there was just too much going on TV. I did see at least one episode of the Power Rangers crossover. I remember that. At the time, that was pretty cool. I did watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers every now and then, and my older brother was really into them as well. Maybe that show was where I learned the Turtles' names from, and Splinters as well, but I'm honestly not sure. I can't entirely remember how I discovered their names. So, bottom line, at the time, my exposure to TMNT media was pretty limited. However, at the very beginning of 2003, a few short months after my 8th birthday, everything for the Turtles in my life was about to change.
Four turtles, mutated beyond recognition. For 15 years, the brothers hid in the sewers, training in the ancient ways of the ninja.
You cannot simply walk amongst the humans.
But we can certainly fly! Woohoo!
Now the teenagers finally surface, but the welcoming committee isn't quite what they expected.
Prepare to battle, costume fools.
We're not wearing costumes.
Don't miss the world premiere of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Saturday, February 8th, 10:30 a.m. Only in the Fox Box.